A group of former FBI and CIA high-tech officials have said that they believe that the DNC emails that surfaced at the Democratic Convention in 2016 were not hacked at all, but were actually leaked, that it was an inside job. This totally undermines the whole basis for the accusation that Russia meddled in our campaign. They say that the data had to have been done internally, that it was far too fast to do it through an internet connection, and that the data was transferred onto a USB drive. I think that's called a thumb drive, and that it had to have been done internally. They said that Guccifer, the Romanian who's in prison for hacking in another situation, did not get access to the DNC computer, and they say that they can prove these allegations. Now, the group that did this is called VIPs, Veteran Intelligence Professionals for Sanity, which is a pretty good acronym. But, you know, this is not some political organization. In fact, the findings were initially reported by The Nation, a left-wing group, and I got the story from Salon, an equally liberal organization. This was a fantasy. John Podesta, Hillary's manager, seized on this information to try to create the issue of Russian meddling. Number one, to bolster Hillary's campaign and hurt Trump, and number two, to disguise the fact that these leaks came from DNC sources and to paper over the party conflict on the eve of their convention. Now, all of this is spelled out in our book, Rogue Spooks, The Intelligence War on Donald Trump, and we explain its consequences, and we explain something else. It isn't enough to know that the dossier is phony. It isn't enough to know that the leaks didn't happen, that the hacks didn't happen. It's not enough to even know that the FBI reports of conversations between Russia intel and Trump campaign officials were disinformation and were phony. All of that is true, but it all begs the central question: who did it and why? In other words, who was the person who tried to intervene in our election? Not Russia, but by inventing the myth of Russian intervention and substantiating it and getting all the intel agencies to sign on to it right in the middle of the election, to invent this canard, this ruse, this phony dossier to try to swing the American election. And I believe that answer is a hell of a lot more sophisticated and important than any other question, because it probably was not Russia, it probably was not a foreign power. My opinion, not fact yet, is that it was the United States government, through Obama and the CIA and the FBI, that were doing it. So read Rogue Spooks and come to your own conclusion. Thanks for watching.